The birds are chirping. The sky is California blue, and I can hear the ding and bang of industry in the background. It seems all is right and everything in its right place. But of course, that is far from true. For one thing, I'm wearing a mask. In fact, California is under pandemic lockdown. So the stay-at-home order was issued by the office of the governor about a month and a half ago in mid-March, and then around the same time LA County and the city of LA issued similar orders. So essentially the order requires everybody except essential business employees to hunker down at home. So essential businesses include supermarkets, food distribution centers, restaurants, hardware stores, banks, and all of these are listed in those orders I mentioned. So which means everyone else, people who work in nail salons and chocolate shops, and they have to stay home. I've heard some people joke that after the pandemic, only 3 stores will be left: Costco, Amazon, and Walmart. From the look of it, they might not be far off. The construction business is humming along. It is exempted from the stay-at-home order because it is deemed an essential business. Well, in keeping with California's progressive policies, marijuana dispensaries are considered an essential business, so it remains open. So even though banks can stay open, they're not getting a lot of business. So a lot of branches have closed. I think the pandemic has been especially hard on malls and brick and mortar stores because most of them are closed, and if they aren't getting that many foot traffic. So like this Westfield Mall here, it's been a ghost town for the past month and a half, and in fact they have barricaded the business areas, so there's no one is allowed in or out. So restaurants aren't allowed to have people dine in anymore, so those that aren't shuttered are quickly moved to takeout, but I don't think it's hardly a substitute for their business previously. All fitness centers and gyms have closed, which is a crying shame. So this used to be the headquarters for Anthem Blue Shield. I think they recently moved out and left this building abandoned. Now it looks like it's been converted into a COVID-19 testing center. So speaking of testing, I think throughout this pandemic, the state of California has been applauded for its effort and foresight, and I feel very fortunate to be living in such a forward-thinking state. California was the first state to issue lockdown orders, and Los Angeles was the first city to make testing universally available, not just to people having COVID-19 symptoms. So now, in the beginning of May, half of the states in the union have opened up and lifted lockdowns, but not California. And I imagine California will probably be one of the last states to do so. It seems not the best time to be opening a new retail product, but that's exactly what Amazon is doing. Behind me was going to be the world's first Amazon Fresh brick and mortar store, but now no one knows when the opening date will be. So for the time being, Amazon is using the structure behind me as a distribution center for food delivery. Actually, I'm looking forward to the grand opening. I want to know what Jeff Bezos has up his sleeves. And this is going to be a little bit different from Whole Foods, a little bit different from Amazon Go, and it's an entirely new product line. It's always interesting to see what Amazon is up to because they rarely make a false move. And when they do make a move, sometimes it's a really big move. A move that disrupts industries and sends competitors running for the hills.